interesting. All right. Thank you so much. And a huge round of applause for Kirtika Reddy, please, once more. I'm specially inclined towards women speakers on stage. Well, there are two types of people, complainers and problem solvers. At IIT, we are at least taught to be problem solvers. So our next speaker was really having a difficult time buying a house. So he went on to a mission of solving this problem, not only for himself, but of millions of other people. So please join me in welcoming Tushar Garg, CEO, Flyhomes. And I do not want to steal the thunder. I want Tushar to speak about Flyhomes. So please put your hand together for Tushar Garg.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's so nice to be here. I'm Tushar Garg, CEO and co-founder of Flyhomes. Lochan, thank you so much for your warm introduction. It's always so great to come back with the IIT community. It brings a lot of nostalgia. I graduated in 2006 from IIT Guwahati. I have my dear friend Amit here. Thanks, Amit, for welcoming me. Many of the experiences in IIT Guwahati have been a big part of the entrepreneurial journey that I've been on. We scaled a technical festival, started a field hockey team, and all of those things just taught so much lessons around teamwork that I still reflect on those as I'm here today. And more importantly, the friendships and the lifelong relationships we built there, has always stayed with me. So today for the talk, I'm going to share my journey of building Flyhomes, where we're building the world's best home buying and home selling experience, and focusing on one core value, which is, people, not properties. So when people are buying a home, it's not just a transaction they're going through. It's not a buying or selling process. They're thinking about their future. It's the dreams of the people, which is what makes the house a home. And that's why we focus on people, not properties. Now, this sounds like a very obvious thing, but if you think about the real estate industry, it's always been organized around the agents. So brokerage's main customer is the agent, not the end consumer, and it's a fragmented market. The biggest innovation that happened in real estate was about 20 years ago with the democratization of the information around Zillow, Trulia, Redfin. So you can find out what homes are on the market, but nobody has really solved building the full end-to-end experience. Sorry about that. Down. Okay. We've all dealt with more pressure than this, Oh, there you go. So I think, as we said, the people are building their future. So sorry, I will do my best. Okay. Yeah, if you can just solve this, and I can just go through that. Thank you so much.
Meanwhile, you can just say next.
Yeah. All right, next. It's good. Let's try next. Down. Can you just do it for me? That's all right. Thank you so much.
I'm a new assistant
Yeah.
now.
Sorry. Thank you. Thank you, Lochan. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. So you just have to click this button now.
All right. So we at Flyhomes are building what we say is the world's best home buying and home selling experience. I mean, all of us know home buying should be a joyous experience, but if you step into people's shoes, more than half the people report that they actually end up crying once in the home buying process. The process remains opaque, stressful. People have doubts and anxiety. Our goal is to build an experience that elevates stress and ultimately drives tremendous outcomes for the customers. What do we mean by the word best, and for whom are we building this experience? So it starts with that one family, one person. We put them at the heart of it to say, how do we solve for this? Three key principles is how we think about it. Foremost is a service design. So home buying is fragmented across multiple industries: brokerage, mortgage, title and escrow, insurance. But it's really not about any of those industries. It's about the home buying, home selling experience that the end customer is going through. So we at Flyhomes are building a one-stop shop integrating every part of the home buying experience under a very well-designed end-to-end experience for the customers. The second thing that we are very well known for, so we created a whole new category called power buying, where we came up with the idea of turning every home buyer into an all-cash buyer. So as you know, for many years, the market was super competitive, and sellers prefer a certainty of closing and speed of closing, so cash has always been the king. But most people did not have the cash to be able to make a cash offer. So we came up with the idea of turning every buyer into a cash buyer. And we took it forward by enabling people to buy their next homes while living in the comfort of their current homes. So by bringing this liquidity and financial innovation in the market, we have been aligning in a very unique and aligned way with the customers. We have been transforming the way the transactions are done. So essentially, every offer will be a cash offer. There will be no more contingent offers. And one of the largest transactions of people's lives become a credit card swipe. And then the third part of this, of course, is technology. Every part of the home buying experience, we're saying, how do we bring technology to make it seamless and as digital as possible, and uniquely combining the technology and the digital experience. As you would appreciate, it's a complex problem to go solve. A lot of human interaction, offline and online experiences, but a really meaningful experience, one to go solve. So I would today share 3 principles in my journey that I've learned and a few stories behind it, and hopefully that'll apply to your own journey and your own stories. But before I jump into that, our journey started with one home, one family, and today we have sold more than $5 billion worth of homes across 6 big states, all across the West Coast. We are also in Texas, Denver, Colorado, as well as Massachusetts. And we have raised about $200 million of venture capital with some of the best VCs in the world, Andreessen Horowitz, Canvas, Norwest, and Battery. And it's been a very meaningful journey. Just like most journeys, it's been filled with highs and lows, and my hope is to share those 3 experiences, as I said, rooted in the principle of people, not properties. The first one is pursue curiosity. I just got asked the question, how did you get into real estate? What led you here? So as a way of background, after graduating from IIT Guwahati, I got into machine learning, went to do research at University of Minnesota with Mayo Clinic, and then went to Microsoft, where I was the PM for the main algorithm behind Bing.com. And from there, went to do my MBA at Kellogg and was going to go to McKinsey. But when you're at the MBA school, it's a chance to pursue curiosity. And I met my co-founder, Steve, and we took a class project together to go save energy in every house. Quickly realized that people don't upgrade energy in the houses because the capital investment doesn't get recouped in time, and the housing market is opaque to the energy upgrade. So the next natural question was, well, how could we make the housing market more transparent? And the whole machine learning came back, so we thought, what if we rank the houses in different features, like the discount for the road noise, the premium for the view, one layout versus the other layout. And so in order to go do that, we got a brokerage license, just so that we can have the access to data to do fun things with it. I ran a hackathon back in IIT Guwahati, and just for, I think, $100 was the prize money. 40 teams participated. It was awesome, and we were able to build initial models and test the concept. We got picked up as one of the 2 startups, from that front. So we were building this energy data transparency company. At that point, I had committed to McKinsey, so I had gone for the summer there. Coming off from that summer, again, one of the IITians, such a strong community. My former boss, I was helping him make a presentation, and he was going to go buy a house that weekend. And again, in the second step of the pursuit of curiosity, I was like, why don't we just help you buy a house? Because we're bootstrapping, we'll make a little bit of money, but more importantly, we'll learn what data do people actually care about. So stepping into the customer's shoes. And of course, his question was, do you know what you're doing? I'm like, no idea, but Steve, my co-founder, is a lawyer, and I used to live in the basement of Grandpa Tom, who's an ex-Marine, he's 80 now, and he had helped us buy our house. He was a realtor for many years. So we said, between the 2 of them, we've got you covered. So between saying that, we showed the house in 2 hours later, and by Monday, we'd help sell the first house. So the way I got into real estate was really just a pursuit of curiosity, curious and then take the next step and actually make things happen. And I know that a lot of the folks have done that same thing in their own journeys. So from there, one of the core principles for us has been to build from a place of empathy. So once we helped sell the first house, I was like, this is great. We can help 10 families buy a house, and that way we will get some money to bootstrap and hire the developers, but also understand what data do people actually care about. So I went and got my license next week. The first family that I was helping buy a home was Vincent and Elena, and they have been losing houses for 2 years. They had 2 girls, and literally, as the luck would have it, the first home I showed, Vincent goes in his heavy French accent. He's like, this is the house I want. And I'm like, I'll do my best to win this home for you. But this was right next to Microsoft, super competitive market. So I called the other agent, and I asked her, I don't want my customers to lose because of my inexperience. So I just want to know from you, what is it that matters to you and your sellers? And what can we do that will give them an edge? So she said, what is their story? I shared that. Then she's like, what is their financing like? I said, they're first-time home buyers, Microsofties, 10% down, no problem. And she's like, I don't think you understand. 10% is not enough. People can have 50%, cash offers, and the like. And instead of dismissing that concern, I was like, I totally hear you. You're trying to get something that's going to close for your sellers. You're doing your fiduciary job. Your sellers are nervous. Because as sellers, people want certainty in their lives. And if you're selling one of the largest assets of life, you don't want it to fall through. You need the money for something. And if it falls through, the house gets stigmatized. So I said, let me see what I could do. So I called her back and I said, who's your favorite lender in town? What if we get a customer qualified with your favorite lender in town? Would that then give them an edge? You would at least know they're qualified, they'll have a backup lender, and good faith if they match the rate, we'll just go with them. It'll be easy for everybody. So we did that. There were 9 offers on the table. We were the 5th highest offer. We matched the rates and we won. But it's always important to then step back and say, what is the problem? So it's like the problem is that one of trust. The sellers are having to underwrite buyers on the fly. They have no idea who the buyers are, but we know who our buyers are. So that's what the genesis of the idea of saying, why don't we just turn every buyer into a cash buyer? So if you take a Flyhomes offer, it's going to close in 10 days, no questions asked. And again, that whole thing has become now a power buying category. Every offer, as I mentioned in the word, would be a cash offer. It's being done all across the world because fundamentally it removes this uncertainty. Like if I go to Walmart, I just swipe my credit card, I get the goods I want. They're not underwriting me on the fly. So it was pretty awesome to be able to create that solution. And again, the lesson that I learned, and we've continued to do that, is to step into the customer's shoes, step into the shoes of the other party, and then find the solutions that help move the things forward. The third journey that I want to share is that of being receptive and resilient. If you're trying to create your own company, but more than that, trying to transform a vision and bring it to reality, that journey is filled with up and downs. I'm sure life journey is like that for everybody anyways, and it gets accentuated on the journeys of the startup world. So we've gone through a lot of different up and downs, and it's really critical to see every solution, every problem as an opportunity to go build something better. So in 2019, my co-founder is doing much better now, but he got hit by a drunk driver on the side of the road. Almost, it was life-threatening and could not continue. And it was a real big challenge. But again, stepping in there, the whole team came together, and the spirit of the company was so powerful at that point, was a big learning lesson for us, and standing up to the moment. Then from after that, we had COVID come in, which everybody handled. But in real estate, it's really complex to do all the operations and handle all the regulations. But again, improving the process, the systems, and figuring out a product so that they can actually work in these situations was again a big opportunity for us to go improve. And today, I think a lot of us in the room and outside in the community, we are looking at rising interest rates, a market environment where the capital markets are becoming really tight, potentially looking at a recession, and yet I think it's an opportunity for us to go focus on again on people, the end customers, see their problems in the new environment, solve that, solve the problems for the teammates, and build a culture that would stand and continue to grow the company. So I hope that, so that's been a big part of the journey for me, and I know it's a big part of the journey for everybody here as well. So I think in the end, it's about the journey, not the destination. It's about the people, not the properties. Really, it's not about just my journey, but all the teammates and Flyhomies, some of them are here. Their journey is part of building this. But also, I think I'm excited about the journeys of the folks that are here and all the people in the booth outside. It's really cool to see what our community is doing overall, and I'm excited to hear their journeys being presented here next time that we are here. So again, thank you for listening. Thank you for being here.